Hey, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another gameplay video. This time we have a widely requested gameplay video of my Explosive Feat Son Goku deck, which is going to be showcased by me on the right side. The new green leader of the Ultimate Box playing the Feat Kamehameha and a few U7 win cons. And it's actually going to be up against my good buddy Larry's Cell deck, which is one of the more interesting decks I've seen in quite some time. It's not even playing the Cell chain, and you guys will see kind of what it does. It kind of takes a notch out of Hercule's book. Larry just wanted to use the Cell leader because of its high utility, which was kind of what it was used for in set 2. Like in set 2, some people would use the Cell leader with like a generically good like red-blue deck or like red-green deck, just with like Mighty Mask and Gotenks and things like that, just to search your super combos. So it's a good utility leader because it just has generic spot removal and cycle through the deck a lot. So Larry kind of is taking that principle, taking a little bit out of Hercule's book with like a mono blue Zeno button approach, and it's a really interesting deck. So these are two decks that I think you guys are going to really enjoy watching play against. So yeah, we'll get right into it. So we're starting up, we're setting out the life, we're mulling, all that good stuff. I believe I go first in this scenario. Nope, sorry, Larry goes first. So yeah, he's playing the successor Bardock engine. He's not even playing anything to swap into, oddly enough. The point of the Bardock is just get himself awakened, and once he's able to flip over, he just puts the Bardocks underneath his leader to draw more cards, which is actually a really good utilization of it. We kind of discovered Gotenks wasn't necessarily worth it in this deck because, yeah, they get you more cards, but they die very easily. So it almost wasn't worth it, and you draw so much to the deck that you actually get close to decking out in this deck, so you don't want to cycle through even that fast in some cases. So same play again, we're getting the Bardock Search. Really good that I hit the one-drop Goku with my leader. It kind of is unfortunate when you don't hit it early on, so your bond is a little bit harder to enable. Now he wants to swing at me here because he doesn't want me to get the full max benefit of dropping my 5-drop Goku, which is fully understandable, but a lot of times Larry will barely even swing. He also swung to be able to awaken himself this turn, which is a pretty solid pick. In a leader that doesn't gain advantage on its front side, you want to awaken by turn 2 because at that point you draw as much advantage as any leader that swings and draws a card, because you drew 2 cards for the first 2 turns that you wouldn't necessarily have drawn cards, if that makes sense to you guys. I know it's a little bit hard to follow, but basically in most draw 2 leaders you kind of want to awaken as early as possible so you can get the max benefit from your leader and start swinging to draw cards. Now I have a very awkward hand in this game. I believe I've opened 2 or 3 of the green Gokus, which is a very awkward hand, and a lot of my hand is green, but we're going to try and draw out of it. Charging the Whis so we can make our objection live. And what's really good is that my leader swings for a 15k on the unawakened side, so it's even though I'm at 7 life unawakened, I'm still pressuring his leader, requiring him to waste cards or either take damage, which is pretty cool. Larry debating on combos, just takes the damage. Picks up a super combo though, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. So objection, because we do have a turn 5 bomb play in this deck, we want to get up as high as we can, and we're dropping the yellow. I've mentioned in the deck profile for this video that the perfect curve is 2 blue, 1 green, 2 yellow. I believe in this game the curve gets a little bit wonky because I opened so many of the 8-drop Gokus and just search into so many of them. But it still works because of the leader giving your deck all your Universe 7, Warrior of Universe 7, so they basically gain colorless. So even if you don't hit that perfect curve, the deck still works very well. You can still tap the extra greens to do most of your plays. So we have a successor here, just to filter through the deck and grab another Bardock. Not that he necessarily needs it to awaken anymore, but just trades it in for some free 5k combo power and some free fodder to cycle through the deck with the Cell ability. He keeps that 1-drop Cell on the board because he does play the 8 Bardock, so he does want to evolve that at some point. Gonna drop the Bardock underneath, draw 2 cards. Very efficient deck cycling there. Wants to use that Time Patrol Trunks in his hand, but he's got only 2 in his drop, I believe. Debating on what the correct play is. Got quite a few options between the Bardock and the Preface. Now this is going to be taken a bit slowly because this is a playtesting session. We're kind of just debating on what the correct plays are and trying to figure out these decks that we've built. So if it does take them a little while to play, don't take it as slow playing or anything like that. A good playtesting session has a lot of back and forth of opinion and things like that. So if this was tournament, you know, this would not be acceptable, but because it's a playtesting session, we're trying to figure out the best lines of play and having a good time along the way. I'm sure there's a few jokes cracked back and forth that you guys can't hear for safety of your ears. Now he's just getting full on aggressive. I want to stay at an even life total so that when I drop my 5-drop, I have the ability to utilize the 5-drop most effectively by not putting myself down to 3. Putting yourself down to 3 is always kind of risky waters. Yeah, at this point, I have 3 of the 8-drop green Gokus between my hand and my energy, so I just want to get them out of my hand. They're just really bricky cards at this point, drawing too many of them. The nice thing about it is, though, that eventually I do draw into the 4th one, and it's actually really good against this elevator because I want to drop my Goku and make him neg a bunch of cards. He'll easily be able to clear it with his leader effect, but then if I could drop it again, it'll be pretty devastating, ideally. So I'll drop my leader swing. Beat for a 30k critical swing. He goes up to 25. Make him burn through 2 super combos here, I do believe. $35. 1 card and 1 energy to burn through 2 super combos this early in the game. Seems pretty worth it. Yeah, there's the Zeno button. That's a lot of what this deck is based on. Taking, like I said, taking a piece out of the Hercule book. At this point, Bardock's a pretty dead card. Doesn't want to get it back onto the field even to play the Ape Bardock, so makes sense to charge it here. Although, unfortunately, it does make your Zeno button a bit less valuable. It does have the pan he could have charged. Crusher Ball and Unbreakable, I believe. I believe he takes the Crusher Ball. Oh no, he takes an Unbreakable. Okay, does already have 2 Crusher Balls, it looks like. Uses the pan to draw a card. Draw 2 cards, rather. Draws back into Crusher Ball and a super combo. Doesn't get much better than that, folks. Sorry for the interruptions with the coughing and the bit of the raspy voice. I am a little bit sick, unfortunately. Crusher Balling the Bardock coming into play. I didn't want him to draw a card here. Instead of letting him get a plus, I took a neg 1. And unfortunately, I think that's a bit more of a misplay, especially because I know his deck plays bomb cards. I probably should have saved my 1 Crusher Ball for a bigger play. That was definitely a misplay on my part. Especially because my deck does not cycle as much as Larry's deck. I definitely should have saved that Crusher Ball. I don't believe I see another one for the duration of the game, sadly enough. That's totally fine. You want to push me to Awaken? I'm totally cool with that, because now I just won't even use my 5-drops ability, and I'll just combo the 18 into play to get more bond going on my Awaken side. Now we're coming up on our big turn here. Got the Vegeta coming down. And the energy. Got the 5-drop Goku. We're tapping out for it. Now he has a chance to respond to the Crusher Ball. I'll still untap 1 and draw a card. It's really nice to replace itself. It's very unfortunate my big play got interrupted. But in the end, it's all good, because I do have the play again in my hand. So we Awaken here. I just want to try and clear his board. Then I'll button to untap the 2 energies. Very, very good. Yeah, I swung at the Bardock there, and he puts the bean on it. Now, but he does have to waste another 5k because I am a 20k swinger. Two cards to stop that attack, but it does prevent my 18 from swinging at his Bardock. Unless I want to combo up to it, which I really don't want to. So 18 coming at the preface. Lets the preface die. I do have a good amount of energy for defense, which is very, very good. Sadly though, it's very hard to get another good tempo turn like that because I've already used my Awaken, and I don't believe I've seen a lot of Senzu Beans in this game. I did definitely open up into a brick because of the multiple 8 drops in my hand, so that is a bit unfortunate. Charges another Dragon Fist. Instead of searching with the planet, he uses the draw 2. Very, very flexible card in this scenario. Draws into the Bardock Gate that he can evolve over the 3-drop. Although the 3-drop does provide him a bit more value in terms of he gets to draw off of it, he can potentially give a double strike if it's lethal, and he doesn't have Planet Vegeta up to restand the ape if he does decide to drop it, so doesn't seem like it's going to be the go-to play here. Although he could even hardcast it if he really wanted to. I think he's debating on it here, honestly. Not 100% sure where this is going in at. Goes in at the 18. I don't decide to save it. No real reason to. Not a big threat. Scientist Fu. Draw even more cards. Absolutely insane. I believe Larry sees all 4 Crusher Balls this game, which is not even that unlikely, even though it is a bit salt-inducing, a little bit tilting, but he does see all 4 Crusher Balls. His deck draws an insane number of cards. It's a lot like the Hirudegarn logic, where you just cycle through so much of your deck. Really big props to Larry. He does come up with a lot of creative decks on this channel. Really big props to him for these decks. And Cell just to clean up the 5-drop Goku. Completely erases my bond. Completely devastating. I'm hoping that he decides to swing the Cell leader here in order to allow me to drop my 18 to at least get somewhat of my bond back, but he doesn't. And he just says go. Big devastation for me here. Extra objection, snap charge, easy charge. I'm in a very tough spot here, especially if he has the other Crusher Balls, which we know he does. Five drop coming down. I leave the yellow up because I do have the battering in hand. Larry's got a little bit of a ruling question here in terms of like evolving. We can resolve that. I battering the Crusher Ball. Still putting me in a pretty tough spot. But now I don't have a lot of energy to work with, either defending or extending my plays. It's even scary to go into the 8-drop now because it'll tap me out. He does negate the swing at the leader. At this point, we just go for it. He doesn't have the ability to pop my Goku easily on his next turn. So that is the main reason that I am... This is actually where he has a ruling question about evolving. But yeah, so I drop it here because he does not have the ability to easily KO it on his next turn with his leader's ability. So I do drop it here, although he does have access to Dragon Fist that can potentially just bounce it back to my hand. Really a tough matchup for the UI Feet Goku deck. Just so much way to take care of my boss monster in this deck. It's a good thing the 8-drop doesn't have barrier though, because if that thing had barrier, it would be absolutely insane. Got that real nice looking signed Goku on the board there. Super duper nice. And he does have the Dragon Fist Goku. Something that makes a deck a top competitor for sure is large amounts of deck cycling, because once you can filter through your deck and get all the answers you need, you're in a really good predicament, which is what Larry's deck has been able to do. I think a deck like his will actually struggle against Janemba Mill though. That deck is really good at punishing a lot of the decks that have the ability to cycle through their deck and draw crazy numbers of cards. So that'll definitely be something to look out for if you decide to pick up a deck like Larry's that just relies on cycling like crazy and button. Again, sorry for the coughing. I'm trying to get over this little bit of sickness. Sorry about that. So we have Bardock going in at lead for a 25k swing, taking it, going down to 3. Can't afford to be wasting cards here. Now he's going to try and force me down to 2. $25k swing on the leader to my leader. I'll super combo. And I'll 5k. Big flaw, big fatal flaw of this deck. It is very high on extra cards and 10k combos, like many of the U7 decks. Yeah, the way we built Larry's Cell deck and my Krillin deck that's going to be coming on the channel very, very soon within the next week. The way we built them is to deal with high bomb cards, which are being very prevalent right now in the metagame. So we built these decks to play Crusher Ball and to play outs to big monsters, which is what Larry's deck is very efficiently doing right now. Doesn't want to give me... He decides he can't kill me this turn, so doesn't want to give me extra cards. So he swings at the 8-drop and just bounces back to hand, not giving me extra 2 cards, putting me down to 1. Pretty good call by Larry. I like the cautionary play there by him. Alright, we're dropping the Scientist Fu. We're trying to get back into this game. Trying to increase the hand size. At this point, we got to push for game because if he gets another turn with that Dragon Fist on the board, it's not going to be very good for us at all. I do draw into another Vegeta, but with no battering laser, dropping that Vegeta is really, really risky. I believe I drop it here just to get the efficiency on energy and drawing cards, and I have a somewhat defensive hand with Senzu Bean, with my combo into play 18, and with the Feet Kamehameha, believe it or not, is a really good defensive card because of the ability to give a 15k combo for 1 energy. So relatively good defensive card, and he just has the answers to all my attacks. Oh, I used double beam on offense here. Maybe I should have tried to play a little bit more defensively on his next turn instead of using it here. I want to drop the 17 to blow up the Bardock, which is probably, again, a pretty bad play because he is going to have the ability to just bounce it back to hand with the Dragon Fist. I leave the blue up in case I rip into a Whis Coercion or another Senzu Bean. But yeah, a couple misplays by me. A little bit disappointed in myself, to be quite honest. Looking back at these plays, not the most optimal in my opinion. Although playing defense against his Dragon Fist next turn would have been very, very difficult. Because I'm at 3 life, he has Double Striker, he has his Leader Swing. He has quite a few ways to pressure game, so... Not the best plays, I'm sorry to say, but I think I'm in a losing situation no matter what. Crusher Ball against a big boss monster deck is very, very painful. Larry's deck is very, very small at this point. Grabs the Bardock. Decides he's probably going to put more pressure on me that way. Oh, nope. Going for the 1-drop. I think he's going to use this just to cycle through the deck a little bit more, even though he's very, very low on cards. Maybe like 8 to 6 cards in deck, maybe even less. So he has to be going for the kill turn, otherwise he's going to be in a bit of a troubled situation. Oh, he's going to summon the Bardock. He wants to try to get that Bardock Ape online. Really put a lot of pressure on me here. At the risk of putting himself down real low. Seems pretty worth it though. I mean, I do have only 1 blue up and only, I believe, 5 cards in hand. So even if I do have a Senzu Bean, he has a lot of ways to push pressure through. Dragon Fist coming at leader. Very good call by him, attacking with that first. Because I'm not even going to have the option to negate the swing, but I mean to block the swing, but I will negate with the Roshi. But now I'm tapped out, so I'm completely at his mercy. It's a rough, very, very rough situation. Oh yeah, he's got about 8 cards in deck, something like that, from the quick glance. He's trying to calculate if he can even cycle without decking out at this point. Gonna decide to do it. Scientist Fu and a Zeno button. Not sure how much is in his drop, but I'm sure he can get 7 to drop in order to drop it. I think he's going to go for the Funky play though. Yep, Unbreakable to draw an additional card. Rips into a dead, maybe not dead, but he rips into a successor that doesn't have immediate combo power. Drops the Bardock Ape online. I'm tapped out. He is just going to go all the way in. Probably just do it. Yep, he'll do it. Yep. He's like, oh, I'm going to drop all these Unbreakables. Now he's like, nope, I'm going to do it one at a time. Good call. Does not want to deck out by mistake and look like a fool. One card left in deck. Dropping the Foo, dropping the 5k, and I have no way to combo out of that. Yep, so Larry cleans it up real nice with his really unique cell deck, guys. If you guys want the profile for the cell deck, definitely comment on this video down below, letting us know that you're interested in that cell deck. We'll get it for you guys as soon as we possibly can. Maybe we'll get a player interview with Larry just to like really see how he came to the idea of the deck. If you guys would be interested in that, let us know that down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry for all the misplaying. Maybe they were just misplays in hindsight. They probably were a little bit of misplays going just into the state of the game though. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll try my best to clean my act up and give you guys really great gameplay, even though I'm sure you guys got a general idea of how to play both decks. So thank you guys so much for watching again. If you guys want to join our community Discord, I'm going to put the link for that down in the description below. Definitely check that out. We talk about everything Dragon Ball Super related there. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Joey. This is Crosswell TCG. Please consider liking and subscribing if you like this video. See you next time.